These two gentlemen have been firefighters for what, 22 years?
I've been, just over 20 years. We just help them out as much as we can and make a fire every couple months.
So what happens to your roofing business when you both are gone for 24 hours?
Most firefighters have a second job because we're not getting rich working here. It's a great place to work.
Being able to use a CRM and keep everything on track.
Do what you say you're going to do. Absolutely, even when nobody's looking.
Today I have a very special story for you guys. We're here at the fire department station with Matt and Aaron. These two gentlemen have been firefighters for what, 22 years?
I've been, just over 20 years.
15 for me.
15, 20 years, and they also run a roofing business. Think about that. One day at 24 hours, firefighters, and then 48 hours, roofers. First question I have, where do you see more fires, in the roofing business or in the fire department?
Definitely the roofing business.
So roofing business has more fires?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just, you're always juggling. So.
Love it. Tell me your story. How did you guys meet? Was it always this fire department, and why did you decide to go in the construction roofing business?
Well, Matt and I, we met here at the fire department, and long and short, we both liked outdoors and hunting, and we started hunting together and just became, really good friends. We had another business together. We did outdoor television and did that for quite some time. And I had a construction background, and I got back more involved in construction. And then Matt and I, we just started doing it together as far as making extra side income working. Obviously, most firefighters have a second job because we're not getting rich working here. It's a great place to work. Nothing, we love our job, but it's just, you want to add to it?
It's one of those things where Aaron and I, like you said, we had that TV show. We enjoyed it, but we had to kind of move on from that. And being in the fire department, you're like Aaron said, you never get rich. I got two kids fixing to probably go to college in a couple of years, and I saw the writing on the wall. I needed to make a little extra money. Aaron's got a great construction background, and I have a business background, so we kind of put those two things together, and we work really well together. The one thing I really do enjoy about roofing is I look at it as helping people. We're not salesmen, we're problem solvers. So if you've got a problem with your home, I really feel like I'm helping my customer versus selling them something. And I think that's where I really started to enjoy the roofing side and the construction side. Aaron's taught me a lot on that, and we've really enjoyed, we've been at this 2 years now, almost 3.
Yeah.
And we've had a great time doing it.
You both work the same shifts?
Same shift.
Yes.
So what happens to your roofing business when you both are gone for 24 hours?
Sometimes we're on the phone a little bit or a lot, but it's definitely kind of a juggling act at times. But we've since brought on some people that we've trained, that we trust, and when we're not actually on the job, we've got a production manager, some really good roofing consultants, and anyhow, most of the time they seem to. We're always able to mitigate. There's nothing too big. There's not a fire too big that we haven't been able to take care of.
I would say the biggest thing that keeps us rolling is the CRM. Yeah. Being able to use a CRM and keep everything on track. If we didn't have that, if we did not have that, we weren't unorganized, it would be a pretty rough
Because
one.
with the CRM, you can manage your company from anywhere. You always see the numbers. Love it. Have you already thought about quitting your roofing business because firefighting and roofing business don't mix, or it was too hard?
No, like I said, I think we've coped pretty well overall with all the stress, and it is stressful. Because the way I look at it, anybody that's in construction, especially the roofing business, and you're dealing with a multitude of customers any given time and a multitude of jobs, the way I always look at it, you've got plates spinning, and sometimes you're spinning this and spinning this and spinning this one, and then this starts wobbling, and you got to go over there and spin it again. So you have to be very good at just kind of multitasking and staying on top of it. And like Matt said, the CRM definitely helps us out with that as far as just keeping us as far as workflow.
And I think the long-term goal is to lay the groundwork for retirement from the fire department, because it's a young man's game. I'm not that old, but I've been doing it a long time, and I feel the pains in the morning sometimes when we have a fire at night. And that was kind of my goal, is to set the groundwork so when I retire, I think I'm about 4 years away from eligibility for retirement, and that way we can just roll right into that and just keep going.
Love it. What CRM do you guys use?
AccuLinks.
AccuLinks. Love it. What advice would you give to someone, maybe another firefighter who wants to get in the construction or maybe roofing business? What steps to take?
Well, you got to have you definitely got to have a can-do attitude and a very good work ethic. And if you think it's going to be, this is way fire construction and fire department, two totally different worlds. One, you're dealing with more some bureaucracy, and then the other one is business and real world. Everything's real time, and you have to be able to take care of people. And sometimes you have to do things that you really and truly, it's not your fault. You shouldn't even have to pay for it, but you do it because it's the right thing to do. But you do it just because you don't want any kind of disparaging remarks or anything saying, somebody, we dropped the ball on something. So, there's lots of times we have to eat stuff that's absolutely not our fault, but we take care of it and move on.
What positions do you have at the fire department? What's your roles, I guess?
Well, I guess Aaron is what we consider an engineer operator. His job is to drive the engine, and he pumps on the fire scene. He runs the pump, so the guys have water.
Paramedics, and we're both
paramedics. And then I'm a lieutenant, so I'm actually in charge of this fire station we're standing in on the C shift. So when I'm at work, I'll ride in the front right seat of the fire truck. I've got 2 firefighters and a driver, and then I got some guys on the medic that run most of the calls. Really, we just help them out as much as we can and make a fire every couple months. So.
How many lives did you save?
I don't know about that.
Well, as far as
any cats, any animals?
Saved a few dogs.
I've had one saved, but that's neither, as far as here nor there, as far as on that. But we help our job is to, help the public. We help the public every day, whether it's somebody has from a stubbed toe to a heart attack to a stroke. We're there, and that's we're going into a bad situation. And same thing, you go there, you mitigate it, you try to make that situation better to get them to, obviously definitive care.
What's the last fire did you put out?
You probably had the most recent one than me, down here at probably the bank, huh?
No, that was a long time ago. I think the last one we had was, I don't know, we just had a house fire about 2 miles down the road not too long ago. I can't remember dates now. They all run together. Ever since the hailstorm hit, every day is one day. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I thought it was May the other day and we're in July.
What kind of feedback you usually get from the homeowners? Do you tell homeowners that you're firefighters? Do you use it in your sales speech? Because it's a noble thing. It's kind of a unique story. Do you tell people that you're a fighter?
I think it's instant credibility in a sense. Well, first off, the big thing here is, we're near Houston, Dallas, and Austin. We're a little smaller town, and we get a lot of roofing companies that come in. Everybody here wants to buy local. And as soon as I say I'm locally a firefighter, that gives me a lot of credibility where I'm not going to run off with your check. That's what I always tell folks. I really don't push the fact that I'm a firefighter. I just say in conversation, hey, when you give me that check, don't worry about it.
Remember that.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. My fire station's right down the street. I have to be there every third day, so you can always find me.
And with our scheduling, that's usually when it comes up as far as, but I don't.
Because you have to tell them that you're not available every other day.
Right. So as far as for scheduling, when we're talking and visiting with customers, I'd say that comes up. But I don't think Matt and I use that as a forefront at all as far as to, promote that for financial gain. It just kind of comes up more in conversation.
Love it. It's just a story. It's who you are. Yeah. It's a back-end story. What advice would you give our audience, like roofers out there? You deal with a lot of the competition. I know you Malarkey guys. You see a lot of competition here. Just give one advice to someone in the roofing community, maybe young roofers. You're newer to the game, but you do so many things right. And I think with your background, you have work ethic. I mean, you do it part-time and you do it better than some people who do it full-time.
Yes, sir. I would say the biggest thing, a couple of the biggest things, do what you say you're going to do. Absolutely. Even when nobody's looking, and just do that. Don't worry about that. And when you do the right thing when nobody's looking, don't worry. And the other thing is, do not even worry about the money. Everybody always wants to worry about money. Here's what I will tell you right now, and you can take this to the bank every time. What ends up happening, a lot of people, they concentrate on the money and problems come up. Just worry about doing the right thing. Every time the money will chase you down every time it happens. And that's really with anything in life. Do the right thing, it will follow you.
Love it. Great advice. Guys, comment below your unique story. If you have a second job or unique background. We want to hear from you. Give it a like for these two gentlemen, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.